my gosh, Leo. Did you ever have one of those moments at the airport where your brain just freezes?
Absolutely, Mia. It's like, you can read the signs perfectly.
Right.
You understand gate P45 and final call.
But the second a customs officer or a check-in agent asks you a question, even a simple one, poof, your English disappears.
Exactly. It's the pressure of the moment. We've all been there. That fear of getting lost or missing your flight because you can't say the right sentence. That is real anxiety.
That's what we are tackling today, folks. That exact feeling.
Hi, everyone. I'm Leo.
And I'm Mia.
Welcome back to the English Blend.
Our goal is always to help you speak English naturally, confidently, and without freezing up, especially in high-pressure situations.
Today's episode is titled At the Airport. We're talking about more than just vocabulary, though.
We're talking about surviving and thriving when you need English most.
Exactly. We're going to discuss how to prioritize communication over perfection when you're dealing with check-in desks, security, and sudden delays.
So grab your favorite travel mug, maybe one that holds coffee for a long flight, and let's get started.
Let's dive right in with the big question that relates to airports and everything else, really.
And that question is, what matters more, fluency or accuracy?
At the airport, it's definitely fluency. It has to be.
Absolutely. When we talk about fluency, we mean the ability to speak smoothly, quickly, and get your message across without long pauses.
It's about communication speed. It's about flow.
Now, accuracy is about using perfect grammar, the correct tenses, and ideal vocabulary.
Learners often think accuracy is the most important thing. They worry too much about using the past perfect continuous tense with a specific adverb.
But imagine you are at the airport check-in counter, right? And the agent asks, "Do you have any checked baggage?" If you spend 20 seconds trying to figure out if you should say, "Yes, I have already checked one luggage," or "One bag has been prepared by myself," the line is getting longer.
And the agent is getting annoyed. Your fluency has suffered because you were chasing perfect accuracy.
If you just say, "One bag, yes," or just "carry on," you have successfully communicated.
You got your point across. That's our first key phrase for today.
To get your point across means to successfully communicate your message, even if the language isn't perfect.
It means the listener understood what you needed. That's the goal of language, isn't it? Communication. Think about airport announcements. They are fast, sometimes muffled, and they are usually only one chance to hear vital information.
If a gate change is announced, you don't need to analyze the announcer's grammar. You just need to know, new gate is C22.
Fluency lets you process that information quickly and act on it. Accuracy is lovely, but when you're running for a plane, it's a luxury you can't afford.
Let's talk about why focusing too much on grammar, on accuracy, can actually block your fluency, which is a major problem at the airport.
It's called self-monitoring. You start speaking, and then you hear yourself.
And then your inner grammar teacher steps in.
Wait, did I use she fly instead of she flies? Should that have been will or is going to?
That pause, that hesitation, that's what makes you sound less fluent, even if your underlying knowledge is strong.
It creates a stop-start rhythm, right? It breaks the flow.
And when you are talking to an airport employee, they need quick, direct answers. They are dealing with hundreds of people.
They appreciate clarity and speed over elegant grammatical structure.
A great example is a simple interaction at the security line. They might ask, "Do you have any liquids over 100 milliliters?"
The accurate, technically perfect answer might be, "No, I am adhering strictly to the mandated regulations regarding fluid containers."
But the fluent, effective answer is just, "No, I don't," or even just, "No."
The security guard doesn't need a presentation on your commitment to aviation rules. They need to clear you quickly.
This excessive focus on grammar often causes learners to hit a wall. That's our second useful phrase. When you hit a wall, it means you reach a point where progress stops or becomes extremely difficult. If a gate change is announced, you don't need to analyze the announcer's grammar. You just need to know, new gate is C22.
Fluency lets you process that information quickly and act on it. Accuracy is lovely, but when you're running for a plane, it's a luxury you can't afford.
Let's talk about why focusing too much on grammar, on accuracy, can actually block your fluency, which is a major problem at the airport.
It's called self-monitoring. You start speaking, and then you hear yourself.
And then your inner grammar teacher steps in.
Wait, did I use she fly instead of she flies? Should that have been will or is going to?
That pause, that hesitation, that's what makes you sound less fluent, even if your underlying knowledge is strong.
It creates a stop-start rhythm, right? It breaks the flow.
And when you are talking to an airport employee, they need quick, direct answers. They are dealing with hundreds of people.
They appreciate clarity and speed over elegant grammatical structure.
A great example is a simple interaction at the security line. They might ask, "Do you have any liquids over 100 milliliters?"
The accurate, technically perfect answer might be, no, I am adhering strictly to the mandated regulations regarding fluid containers.
But the fluent, effective answer is just, "No, I don't," or even just, "No."
The security guard doesn't need a presentation on your commitment to aviation rules. They need to clear you quickly.
This excessive focus on grammar often causes learners to hit a wall. That's our second useful phrase. When you hit a wall, it means you reach a point where progress stops or becomes extremely difficult.
Boom. Instant, clear communication. Fluency wins.
The original learner's grammar might have been technically better, but the fluent speaker got the point across instantly and solved the problem.
The core message is that grammar is the skeleton of the language, but fluency is the muscle. You need the muscles working quickly in real-life situations like the airport.
So how do we train this muscle? How do we stop the self-monitoring?
This is where our practical tips come in. We have 5 specific steps that will help you speak more fluently, especially when you are stressed out at the check-in line.
Tip number 1, and this is crucial for the airport, learn language chunks, not just single words.
What do we mean by chunks? They are phrases that always go together and you memorize them as one unit. They come out automatically.
Instead of learning boarding, verb, and pass, noun, separately, learn the chunk, where is the boarding pass scanner?
At the airport, you need specific chunks. Is this gate correct? When is the scheduled departure time? Can I check this back?
If you practice these chunks until they are automatic, you don't have to assemble the grammar structure every time. The sentence is already built.
It massively increases your speaking speed, which boosts fluency.
Tip number 2, massive listening practice.
This seems simple, but it's the engine of fluency. The more you listen, the more those natural rhythms and chunks sink into your subconscious.
Listen to authentic speech. Maybe podcasts or videos specifically about travel and airports so you hear the context.
The more familiar the sounds and structures are, the less processing power your brain needs when you try to produce them yourself.
Think of it as installing the software before you try to run the application.
And try to repeat what you hear, not word for word, but focusing on the rhythm and intonation.
Tip number 3, embrace the 3-second rule.
This is a fun one, and it's a direct attack on that self-monitoring we talked about.
The 3-second rule is simple. When you are speaking or when someone asks you a question, you must respond within 3 seconds.
If you wait longer than 3 seconds, you are probably starting to worry about perfect grammar, and that's when you hit a wall.
Your goal in that 3 seconds is just to get your point across. Say something, anything, even if it's incomplete.
If the airport agent asks, "Where are you flying today?" and you start worrying about the prepositions, 3 seconds means you just say, "London, vacation."
That's fluent communication. It might not be, I am traveling to London for the purpose of a holiday, but it works.
And here's the secret. Once you start speaking, the rest of the words often follow more easily. The first 3 seconds are the hardest.
Tip number 4, set the topic and use simple vocabulary.
When you are preparing for a situation like going through security or asking for directions, know the 2 or 3 most basic sentences you need.
Don't try to use complex words you just learned. If delay works, don't try to use postponement.
If you keep your vocabulary simple and within your comfort zone, HUB1 level, you reduce the chance of making a serious grammatical error or freezing entirely.
Simple English is often clearer and more effective than complex English.
And finally, tip number 5. Use the mirror or voice notes for role play.
Practice those specific airport scenarios out loud when no one is watching. This is crucial for building speed.
Practice the check-in. I need to check this bag. What gate is that? When will boarding start?
Record yourself. Play it back. Focus not on whether your A or the was perfect, but on whether your speed and confidence sounded natural.
We call this speaking simulation, and it's essential preparation for stressful environments like the security line.
Because in those moments, like when they ask you to take off your shoes and your belt and your watch all at once, you need automatic language.
That brings us back to mindset, because even with all these tips, sometimes you will make a mistake.
You will forget a word. You will use the wrong verb tense. It happens to native speakers too.
And this is where our final phrase comes in, which is the most important for maintaining your confidence and your sanity. It's not the end of the world.
It's not the end of the world means that the mistake or problem you encountered is not a catastrophe. It's temporary.
If you miss a the or you accidentally used went instead of gone, the plane will still fly and you will still get your information.
If the airport agent doesn't understand your first attempt, try again. Rephrase it simply.
The goal is communication. If you get your point across successfully, even if you had to rephrase it 3 times, you win.
Don't let the fear of accuracy make you hit a wall and stop talking completely. That's the biggest mistake a learner can make.
Think of it this way. If you are at the airport and you need to ask where the bathroom is, and you say, "Excuse me, where bathroom?" The agent knows where the bathroom is, and they will tell you. You successfully communicated, even without is the. Accuracy, 0. Fluency, 100%. Problem solved.
And that's the spirit we want you to take into your next conversation, whether it's at the airport, the cafe, or your next work meeting. Prioritize speed, prioritize chunks, and prioritize flow. Don't chase perfection. Chase clarity and connection.
We talked a lot about the theory, but let's circle back and review the crucial phrases and tips we covered today.
We learned 3 fantastic phrases that you can use in English conversations generally, not just at the airport.
Phrase 1, to get your point across. This means communicating your message successfully.
Phrase 2, to hit a wall. This means reaching a blockage where progress stops, often caused by overthinking grammar.
Phrase 3, it's not the end of the world. A great phrase for reminding yourself that mistakes are okay and manageable.
And our 5 practical tips for building airport fluency.
Tip 1, learn language chunks like where is the baggage claim as single units.
Tip 2, massive listening practice to internalize natural flow.
Tip 3, embrace the 3-second rule to stop self-monitoring.
Tip 4, set the topic and use simple vocabulary. Keep it easy on yourself.
Tip 5. Use the mirror or voice notes for private speaking simulation.
This whole approach is about training your brain to switch from writer mode, where you focus on grammar rules, to speaker mode, where you focus on speed and communication.
Practice those chunks this week. Find a list of common airport phrases and say them out loud 20 times each until they are automatic.
Remember that little bit of awkwardness you feel when you make a mistake? That's actually a sign of progress. It means you are pushing your boundaries.
You know, it's like turbulence on a flight.
It feels shaky, but the plane is still moving forward.
Exactly. The learning journey isn't smooth, but you are still traveling toward your destination, fluent communication.
Thank you so much for tuning in to the English Blend today. We hope this helps you feel more confident on your next journey.
Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you don't miss our next episode.
Next time, we are moving away from the airport and into a much calmer environment.
That's right. We are going to be discussing ordering at the cafe, focusing on polite requests and those tricky pronunciation differences, especially for coffee drinks.
It's going to be a delicious conversation.
That was a great talk.
Yes, see you in the next episode of the English Blend.